What can you tell me about our family's ancestry?
Growing up, I was told that our heritage was blended from European countries to Scotland and Ireland. I always said French, English, Scotch, and Irish. Um, my grandparents' last name was Kern, which was definitely an Irish name, so I associated most with that heritage. Recently, we did the genetic testing of 23andMe, and it was found to be mostly true that I was part European, about 20%, and then the rest is Scotch and Irish. So a lot of families and heritage, it seemed, came from that region and kind of melded together like what we consider the United States to be a melting pot.
Describe a memorable experience you had as a child.
Well, we took a family vacation every year, usually a road trip. We went to Texas. We were in Galveston, Texas, right before the big hurricane that took that out. So that was kind of interesting to have been somewhere that was destroyed shortly after we were there. But the vacation that I remember most was to Florida and Walt Disney World. I had a great time while we were there and enjoyed everything that you do when you're there. But the reason I remember it more than anything is on the way home, we were involved in a bad accident. Someone ran a red light and my father T-boned their car. And so driving home, the car was still able to operate. And driving home, we had a blowout on the highway, and our car ended up in the median with the flat tire. And I remember the semi truck drivers radioing ahead saying that there had been a hit and run and they didn't know how many people were injured. And I don't know why that memory sticks, but you get some good and some bad in vacations, and that was a big memory, driving home this totally wrecked car, and it's still talked about today around the dinner table.
What world events had an impact on you growing up?
Starting with the assassination of John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King. I grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, and it was a very racially charged environment. You got to actually witness and see the deep divide. I'm happy to see that things have changed and we've grown, and we're not as divided as we once were, but we still have a ways to go.